Addicted MMA here today with Jason Furness in Wembley ahead of UFC, but we're here to talk to Jay about his fight on Shock and Awe, where he'll be stepping in with Phil House. Jay, until recently Phil was a bit of an unknown commodity in the UK MMA industry.
Yeah.
All of a sudden he stepped in against Nathan Beer and he put on an incredible performance. How are you feeling coming in to fight a guy where there's probably not a great deal of footage around?
Phil is a guy who is not been that active through injuries and stuff, but he's always been a guy that, you know, has been around for quite a long time. But as you say, there's not a vast amount out there on him. But to be fair, the way I see it, is his most recent fight, his other fights have been years ago. If there's going to be any quality footage of him that's even worth, you know, bearing in mind at all, it's going to be the last fight against Nathan Beer. So anything else that, you know, grainy YouTube footage from 5 years ago, it's not really, you know, it's not really going to impact what I'm going to do. Whereas a fight at the back end of last year, you know, that I can see the full fight and watch him how he fights now. That's all I need, really.
You couldn't have a more different matchup compared to your last fight on Cage Warriors. It was a heroic performance. It got people up and down the country talking. How have you prepared for this fight?
As you say, I mean, the last one you didn't really get a chance to prepare at all, given the circumstances. But for this one, just basically as of New Year's Day, I was in the gym, starting my diet, getting the weight down, and just, you know, nothing specific. From what I've seen of Phil, you know, he's pretty good in all ranges. A guy like that, you know, there's no point me just trying to be good at one facet of the game. So I've been training with a team. We've been working hands. You know, we've been working Thai. I've been wrestling a lot. I've been clinching a lot, and you know, I'm always doing my submission game. So, you know, nothing specifically. I've just been training hard. I mean, I've got, you know, probably the best fight team. You know, definitely the best fight team in the area. One of the best in the country. We've got good guys, top quality training partners, and just doing it all, really.
It's going to be your first time on Shock and Awe down in Portsmouth. I mean, you've been to the show, you've worked it, the media, you've seen what that crowd's like. You know, it's a very warm, loud crowd. How excited are you about fighting for the title on Shock and Awe?
Oh, I love it. I mean, the fact that it's for the title, it's always nice to get a bit of silverware to take home and show your mum. So, you know, if I go home with a black eye in one hand and a belt in the other, it doesn't look so bad. If I go home with a black eye and no belt, I look like a bit of a tosser. So yeah, the belt makes it a good thing. Shock and Awe's a great show. I've known about the show for a while. I judge there, and obviously, you know, they put on big fights. So, you know, I'm very aware of the show and what they do. Gareth and Brian, you know, run a really tight ship. When I judged, I was so impressed by, you know, how they run things. The fights are always quality, and most importantly for me, a belt's only as good as, you know, who you fight to get it. Their belts mean something. They don't just put anybody in for a title. They've always got good matchups on there, and you know, just really happy to be a part of it, and to fight a guy like Phil for the title, you know, makes it even better for me.
Any shout outs you'd like to give Jay?
Yeah, shout outs. I mean, obviously all the guys down at the gym, AVT, Danny Mitchell's the head coach up there. Got loads of guys sparring with me. You know, obviously there's too many to mention. These guys love kicking me in the face every day, punching me in the face and choking me in. Why am I thanking them again?
For kicking you in the face.
Thanks for kicking me in the face. Cage Steel always hooking me up with the clothing. My supplement sponsors, Pro Sports Nutrition, and to be honest, I don't think there's really anybody else. I mean, all the guys. Huh? Bisto, I do love gravy. I'm off the Yorkshire puddings at the minute, so I don't really need the gravy. After the fight, I'll be back on it. And yeah, I mean, you guys for supporting Shock and Awe like you do. I've had a lot of great feedback about the show and about fighting for the title, and all the other guys out there supporting and pushing UK MMA.
And of course, our signature question: what is Jay Furness addicted to?
Crack.
It's a good choice. Ben Farrelly, from Addicted MMA, here with Jay Furness. Looking forward to the fight, Jay, and all the best.
Cheers, Ben.